right now, like I'm like pissed. And this is
Missouri.
As we get closer to crunch time, AG spins on Mitchell, puts his head down. AG, score it. High-level effort, competitiveness, and intensity in the last 5 minutes of game action. There goes Barrett, straight into the rim. A&M down 1. Lane, lob it over to Clements. Clements, barge it into Stone. Clements puts it in.
You might as well call this the Zach Clements game. The way that he's playing. He started on the...
They're just trading blows right now. Stone passed up the 3, drives into the paint. Jaden Stone finishes. Most of that in the last 5 minutes. Clements picked up the dribble. Zach Clements having a breakout, near career night.
It's 2 shots if you foul. So you have to get this stop.
Mitchell, lob to Phillips. They run it, and it works again. Tigers by 1. McMillan's got the 1 timeout. 12 seconds to play. This is Lane. Drive it, kick it. Griffin, no. AG got his hands on it. Ball still free. 4 seconds, and McMillan might have been trying to call the timeout.
Good drop out of a timeout by Dennis Gates.
That's the second time tonight we've seen the Mitchell to Phillips lob. How many assists tonight for Mitchell? He's got 8. Here we go. Griffin over to AG with 2. AG spins, puts it up, blocked. Game over. Missouri with the late basket to go in front, and they get it done in crunch time. A significant road win for the Tigers, and they're now 7-4 in league play.
Well, our guys executed everything we needed to execute, being able to withstand a run on the road, being able to win on the road. That's a difficult task. And our guys executed every game plan, every detail that I told them we needed to do. They did it.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB. It's Thursday, February 12th, 2026. Stephen St. John in the studio. Jake Gutierrez and Deebs along for the ride. We'll talk to Mike DeCourcy, our college basketball insider, at 7:05. We'll check in with Adam Kaplan, get his final thoughts on the NFL season, and maybe take a peek ahead at what's in store for the Chiefs in free agency and everything else going on in the NFL. Garrick Dieter and Anthony Sherman will be with us in the 8 o'clock hour. And then Jesse Newell from The Athletic. Just your average, ordinary Wednesday night in college basketball. Woo! Oh, boy. Damn. You never know. That's the great thing about this job. You never know what you're going to be talking about based on what happened the night before. And not only do we talk about a very good win, a road win by Mizzou at Texas A&M, we also have to talk about, I don't know what that was from Kansas State at home against Cincy. We had mentioned, okay, K-State needs a big win, needs any win, needs anything, just needs something to stop their losing streak and just needs anything. And here we go, Cincy. since he was only, 2.5-point favorite going to Manhattan. Man, they need a win. That game was over at halftime. Oh, my God. And, hey, look. I was watching Missouri and Texas A&M. I wasn't going to burn my eyes with whatever was going on with K-State. But I kept checking in on the score, and I was like, is this correct? And it was. And it was ugly. But then Jerome Tang took over. And now that's one of the top stories at ESPN.com and on SportsCenter this morning, what Jerome Tang had to say in his very brief press conference. We'll play it in its entirety a couple of times throughout the show because it ain't that long. And also, we get to talk about an unexpected hire by the Chiefs to fill their vacancy at running back coach. We had heard a couple of weeks ago that they had requested permission to speak to their former running backs coach, Dylan McCullough, with the Raiders, and then we didn't hear anything else after that. Were they not granted permission? Did they talk to him and he declined? Did they decline? Who knows? But all of a sudden there were reports last night that one of the candidates for the job was a very familiar name, especially to Oklahoma fans, because he has been the running backs coach at Oklahoma, and he was a hell of a running back and a pretty recent running back at the NFL level that we all remember. So I'm thinking, okay, that's an interesting candidate now. I wonder if they're really thinking about hiring him. And then I don't know how long it took after those initial reports came out that I think Jordan Schultz was first when he reported that the Chiefs are in fact hiring former NFL running back and most recently, and I guess currently, but not anymore, Oklahoma running backs coach DeMarco Murray as the running backs coach on Andy Reid's staff. He's been coaching at the collegiate level since 2019 and now makes the jump to the NFL. George Stoya III, who covers Oklahoma football for Sooner Scoop. Lebo loves it, loves Sooner Scoop. He wrote, "This was not an easy decision for Murray, I'm told. He has been offered big jobs before and never envisioned leaving OU, but this was an opportunity he did not feel like he could turn down. The chance to learn under Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy was too much to pass up." Well, all right. And so for the crowd that's been today, go hire some coaches outside the Andy Reid coaching tree. Bring in some fresh voices. Bring in some new perspectives. Bring in some different names. There's another one. There you go. And hopefully that makes some people happy. Interesting hire. Jake, good reaction? You like that?
I like it. I like it a lot. A young coach, motivated, learned under Eric Bieniemy, who started out as a running backs coach with Andy Reid. I think it's a great fit.
If you would, for the next segment, could you reach out to a young man by the name of Todd Lebo and to see if he might be willing to call into the show? And, I mean, I don't know, is there somebody better that we could ask about the current Oklahoma running backs coach?
I wouldn't know anybody, not personally.
What do you think he'd have? I mean, I'd like him to weigh in on that, also weigh in on the Jerome Tang press conference, and also the Mizzou win. But specifically, most importantly, I want to hear from Lebo about the apparently new running backs coach for the Chiefs. All right. So we'll start off with Mizzou because that's the team that won. They win against A&M on the road 86-85. And that was a very stressful, but extremely entertaining game. I mean, it went back and forth. There was 8 lead changes in the final 5 minutes. A&M kept building up a reasonable lead, but Mizzou kept firing back. And then with about 10 minutes left in the game, Mizzou jumped out to an 8-point lead, but that didn't last long, and A&M came back. And then the final 5 minutes, like I said, was just back and forth. And Missouri ended up coming away with a dramatic road victory. And look, we talked yesterday with Jarrett Sutton, and we talked about A&M and the style of basketball that they play, buckyball, and they press you, and they fire up 3 after 3 after 3. And I really hadn't sat down to watch an A&M game since Bucky McMillan took over. And, brother, let me tell you, it's not an exaggeration. They like to fire up the 3 ball. And it was, I was texting, who was I texting with? Texting with Jarrett Sutton, I was texting with Gabe DeArmond, and then I had you and Nate and Lebo on a text thread because I had to text through it.
I was gonna say we're trying to pump you up.
They were, but it was, Gabe put it in some good perspective because look, that has been an issue. Missouri is not good at defending the 3-point shot, and that's why I said, man, Missouri's playing well right now. I liked what I saw from them. South Carolina's not good, but on the road they still, won in dominant fashion. I like what I'm seeing right now. Maybe they're starting to peak, but that's not a great matchup for a team that fires up the 3 versus a team that can't defend the 3. And in the first half, it was very frustrating because 9 different A&M players hit a 3 in the first half. 9 different players hit a 3 in the first half. And they were freaking on fire. Well, you sent me what it was at one point.
They were shooting 65% in the first half, 11 of 17.
Yeah.
65%.
It was making me angry. But see, but here's the thing. You would think that they're hitting that many threes and at that high of a percentage, well, they're up, 10, 15 points. They're running away.
Well, they're up 5 at
and they
half?
couldn't break away from Mizzou. And then there was one that ricocheted off the backboard, and that one was stupid. But that's also one of those where when you see we're not winning tonight, that's it, But then T.O. Barrett had one where he was clearly trying to draw a foul and just awkwardly leapt up in the air and fired it, in the general vicinity of the backboard. It hit the backboard hard and went in. Okay. So maybe it's Mizzou's night. But here's what Mizzou was doing. They were getting an unbelievable amount of offensive rebounds. They were the more physical team. They were dominating the glass, and they were getting in the paint, and they were doing what they needed to do to hang in there with A&M, playing to their strengths, not getting caught up. And Dennis Gates even said after the game that at halftime he tried to calm his team down and tell them, look, those shots won't keep falling. They're not going to keep hitting threes at that rate. And Dennis Gates encouraged his team, don't fall in love with the 3. I want you to take fewer threes and continue to pound the ball inside. And that's what they did. And that's what they had to do. That was their advantage. with big man Sean Phillips and Mark Mitchell, who scoring the basketball did not have a good night. He only took 7 shots, 9 points, and they set up a play for him in the final minute where there was a couple of them where he missed shots that he normally makes or got blocked. He wasn't feeling it. But you know what he was feeling? On a night where he had 9 points, 8 assists. Now, you know what? That's we've talked about this. When a guy just, for whatever reason, can't get in rhythm offensively, what else can you do to help your basketball team? And being the leader that he is and the captain that he is, he was distributing the basketball and finding other guys who were on offensively. And so Mark Mitchell, don't want people to overlook that, had 8 assists. But the night belonged to Trent Pierce, 23 points, 9 boards. T.O. Barrett, who's really, taking a big step forward since he's taken over the starting point guard position. He had 17 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. And then Sean Phillips, 12 points, 8 boards. Jaden Stone was good with 11. Jacob Cruz with 11. And so when Mark Mitchell wasn't scoring the basketball like he normally does, other guys picked up the slack. And also, something else. We talk about transfer portal. On a night that Mizzou goes to A&M and wins on the road, T.O. Barrett and Trent Pierce, 2 high school recruits that have developed under Dennis Gates, were the 2 big stars last night. So that makes you feel good. And T.O. Barrett, man, I thought he could be good. I didn't think there's no way, because look, Ant Robinson was supposed to be the man, and he's taking a step back. I did not, unless it was an injury, I did not have any idea or any inkling that T.O. Barrett would end up just taking over the point guard position. And he's been nails. He's been terrific. And he's so physical and good at getting to the rim. But then with Mizzou down in the final minute of the game, out of a timeout, what a beautiful play. What a beautiful play call, right? You saw it, Jake. You couldn't take your eyes off of it.
The last 5 minutes was great, but that play call, that alley-oop was phenomenal.
The last 5 minutes was great, but it was extremely stressful.
Not for me.
Were you thinking about me, though?
I was. I was also, let's say, like, hey, well, you're talking about the transfer portal. Texas A&M, 2 leading scorers.
Oh, no, we'll get into that. That was pissing me off. 'Cause that's the second time.
It's pissing me off, too. It's like, where was this?
Right. But Dennis Gates drew up that Mark Mitchell lob to Sean Phillips.
Great play call.
And they executed it.
Yeah.
To perfection. And then ultimately, Sean Phillips comes down and gets the game, plays good defense, doesn't foul, and gets the game-winning block. And if you remember how they lost that heartbreaking loss to Georgia, what did they do? They went right at Sean Phillips, and not only did Sean Phillips give up the basket, but he committed the foul. Remember that?
Yep. Blew right by him, and then, he got the layup right over the top of him.
Do you think that was on my mind? Like, oh, please don't foul.
Yes.
Or if you're gonna foul, don't let him make the shot.
Right.
Whatever.
Right. Yeah. One or
but
the other.
How about this?
One or
he
the
didn't
other.
foul, and he got the block.
Yeah. It's great defense.
That was and on that play, on that Mark Mitchell beautiful pass, great timing, Sean Phillips, and also there was a great screen and seal by Trent Pierce. Just great design, great execution, right? And also, by the way, did A&M have possession to call that timeout after they missed a shot?
I didn't think so. That was wild to me.
What was that?
It looked like
Jared
the ball
Sutton's
was
texting
loose.
me like, what the?
Wasn't it? I mean, the ball was bouncing.
I'm watching. Even Dennis Gates. Whoa.
When that happened, I thought, I was like, oh, no, they fouled him. And it's like,
right.
Because
I'm like, how you they didn't have a replay. What the timeout?
yeah, no one. The ball it seemed like the ball was bouncing on the far sideline. I don't know.
Whatever.
Yep.
But Mizzou gets to win. And as you mentioned, in watching the game, Zach Clements had one of his best nights. And how many years was he with Kansas? 3?
I mean, yeah, we were just talking about that. He didn't play a lot, but I mean,
well, he played a lot last night,
yeah,
and I wanted him to stop playing. And Rylan Griffin.
Yep.
He already went through this. Remember when they lost
Alabama to Kansas?
But when they lost at Ole Miss, A.J. Storr went nuts. I go, didn't he have a bunch of problems playing and not being good enough last year? What was this?
Yeah.
Why is he doing this now? I was not in the mood. I really didn't care at that point. But at one point, I was going to take like, what is this? What is this Zach Clements doing? Is this? What are you like? What were you thinking? Like, where was this at?
Right. I mean, he was there 4 years, but redshirted 23 to 24. So but he played there for 3 years. But yeah, absolutely. I was like, this guy's.
I mean, this guy's 6'11".
You barely saw him off the bench.
6'11". He can shoot the 3. He's all over the place. What did he end up with? 23 minutes, 20 points, 8 of 10 from the floor, 3 of 4 from the 3-point line. Well, that's the kind of big guy that can shoot the 3 you'd like to have.
Yeah.
I didn't like it last night. Pop Isaacs. I mean, Rylan Griffin, all kinds of people I recognize from, hey, the transfer portal, right? Get your program.
It's wild.
But I did think it was significant that 2 high school recruits that Dennis Gates and his coaching staff have developed were the 2 biggest stars from Mizzou. And that's a game that I've seen Mizzou lose, especially to A&M. Because they couldn't beat A&M when Buzz Williams was there. But it was like the other way around. Mizzou would want to get out and run, and the A&M teams under Buzz would muck it up and dominate on the glass and somehow come away with a victory in the final minute. Man. Mizzou had 16 offensive rebounds. How about that?
They dominated them on the boards.
Yeah. Yes.
Like 13 or 14 more rebounds than total rebounds.
So Mizzou gets the win, 86-85. And now they're 7-4 in the conference. They're tied. Listen to this tie. Listen to these standings. Florida's 9-2. Arkansas and Kentucky are both 8-3. And then here's who's tied at 7-4. Vanderbilt, Tennessee, Alabama, Missouri, Texas A&M. And now Missouri, they'll host Texas and host Vanderbilt coming up back-to-back. Texas on Saturday night. Huge games. But, man, they've really put themselves in a position now, if they could just defend their home court, they would safely be in the NCAA tournament. That was a big win last night for Dennis Gates, for Missouri, and for their NCAA tournament chances. We'll take a break, and then we're going to play Jerome Tang's postgame press conference. Because if you haven't heard this,
buckle up.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It's an all-timer.
And why was he mad in the press conference? Because a not very good Cincinnati team won in Manhattan 91-62. And somebody that covers the team, I think his name's Wyatt Wheeler, took a video of the crowd. That crowd's not a good word because nobody was there hardly. And I thought you'd appreciate this. I thought it was witty.
The
He
student
said,
section?
"Here, no, the student section, the other side, there's nobody there." And he said, "Plenty of seats in the octagon of room." What? Well, I mean, I didn't. That's not. I'm not taking credit for that. The guy that covers K-State, but I said, "Hey, that made me giggle." Octagon of room. We call it.
Not doomed.
You know, but room because there's plenty of room
seats,
to move around.
Yeah.
And then you had many students in the student section with bags on their head, which I looked close. The bags were from Aldi, so at least they were
Paper bags.
Well, it said Aldi. Whenever I go to Aldi, I have to get boxes. I don't like what's going on here. But some of the bags said like I need $18.6 million or something. Like anyone have 18? Basically, they were
The buyout number.
asking for the buyout number.
Wow.
Well, don't you think that's? I mean, hey, if you're gonna show up to the game, make your voices heard. And they were booing and everything else.
Well,
and so it got ugly.
And I have confirmation.
What?
Todd Lebo will be jumping on with us next as well.
Okay. All right.
So
Good.
We'll get his thoughts on Jerome Tang, and obviously we're having him on to talk about the new hire for the Kansas City Chiefs.
When did you first hear the? Because I sent it to you. Did I send it to you last night? I think I did.
You sent it to me late last night.
Late. When did you first hear it?
It was about 3:15, 3:30 this morning.
When you heard, what did you think? We're always in for angry press conferences. I was like, whoo.
I watched it twice right away.
Right. That's right. We'll take a break so people that haven't heard it, it only lasts like 2 minutes, but
2:23.
oh boy. Wild night in college basketball. We'll be right back after this on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Welcome back to the show. We've got lots of business to conduct right now with Todd Lebo, so let's get to it. Todd, are you there? He's not there?
Sure.
Okay, Lebo?
Yeah, you don't know how to push the button? You make Jake push the buttons?
What button? There's no button for me to push here.
On the phone?
He didn't tell me to. I thought it was already set up. Are you ready?
You know what he's done?
What?
He's coddled you. You've forgotten how to put callers on the air.
Are you, no, I haven't forgotten. I just don't. Are you prepared to talk?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Now, at some point here, my dad may be getting in my car because we're going to breakfast. I've warned him, don't get in the car cussing.
Does he have any thoughts on DeMarco Murray?
Let him
today?
cuss.
I don't know if he knows about DeMarco Murray
Well,
yet.
About to find out.
Okay.
Tell him to tune in.
Okay, so what do you want to? You want to listen to Jerome Tang's press conference with us?
We should
first?
definitely listen to that
Okay.
first.
Have
All
you
right.
heard it, Todd?
I've heard it, yes.
Let's listen to Jerome Tang after Cincinnati wins 91-62 in a game in Manhattan featuring booing, not very many fans, and a student section that featured several students with bags on their head.
That looked organized.
And some of them with the amount of Jerome Tang's buyout written on the bags. Let's listen to Jerome Tang in his post-game press conference. Jake.
Hey, I'm gonna honor Christ like I always do. Blessed to do this, but this was embarrassing. These dudes do not deserve to wear this uniform. There will be very few of them in it next year. I'm embarrassed for the university. I'm embarrassed for our fans, our student section. It is just ridiculous. We got practice at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, and we will get this thing right. I have no answer and no words. So y'all got two questions. So whoever want to ask two questions, I'll answer them to the best of my ability right now. But right now, I'm like pissed, and this is all right. Questions.
I guess it's just kind of puzzling if you look at your road and home splits, the last four road games have been down the wire, and run off the court. Just kind of explain that.
Yeah, I don't know. I asked the staff this week that same question, and they said that more the opponents. You play. I don't know, because I followed Minnesota last year closely, and they played great on the road and struggled at home. So then they started staying in hotels at home, like treating it like a road game. And so I even talked about, hey, do we need to change that change? But no, none of that crap matter, man. These dudes got to have some. They got some pride, man. They got some pride. It means something to wear a K-State uniform. It means something to put on this purple, man. Our everything this university is about and all that it's been about. Why I love this place, man. They don't love this place, so they don't deserve to be here.
Why? Just what did you make of the student section with paper bags on their heads? And
Yeah, I'd wear a paper bag too if I was them. Thanks a lot, fellas. God bless.
Todd Lebo, your reaction, please.
Well, listen, I get the sentiment, but I think people wanted to hear something more like this last time this happened. And I think he's kind of overcorrected. Remember, people weren't very happy after with Iowa State went in there and won by 34. And they said, what message to the fans and all that bit. And he's like, just kind of didn't give an answer that satisfied people. Now, listen, people aren't going to be satisfied when you're losing by 30 points at home. And I think he has swung back the other way. But, I get it. There should be a pride in these schools. But we talk about this a bunch. I don't know if anyone cares about their schools anymore. You don't
there's some there's
the school.
There's some kids out there.
There's people that care.
But it's not like before.
No.
It's not like you get recruited, you're at a school for 4 years and all this. It's like, where's the dollar for the holler, anymore. And I don't know how you build that pride. It is very difficult to do. Very difficult to do.
I don't know. It seems like Melvin Council Jr. has some pride in wearing that jersey.
He definitely does. But their best player, like if you read like Scott Pollard's tweet yesterday, if I could walk, I could play. You got ex Jayhawks who aren't happy with that effort because they love their school. I get you. If Bill Self could have 12 Melvin Councils, he'd coach for free. You know what I mean? But it is a symptom all around. And when you lose, it gets worse, right? It just gets worse. And when you lose that bad, it just gets worse. Are they practicing right now? Maybe they are. He said be practicing right now.
He said it starts at 6 a.m. What time is it, Todd?
It's 6:44.
Well, then they should be practicing.
Yeah.
But here's the problem.
Think that's going to help?
Guess what their next game is?
They're playing at Houston Saturday.
At Houston Saturday, so I don't feel like this thing's going to turn around quickly, but who knows?
You go ahead and practice every hour for the next whatever. You could. But when you start losing, these things rear their heads. And then it's like now the guys are just listen, and I don't want to harp too much on the transfer portal and NIL. He said that none of few will be back next year. That's the case everywhere, every year anyways, whether you're good or bad or the other.
But like a week and a half ago, he said that, like when he said he didn't need to get an explanation, he talked about how proud of the guys that he brought in,
he sees the work
how proud he is. And so he went from how proud he is of them 10 days ago to now they ain't going to be back and they don't deserve to wear the uniform and they should be
my
embarrassed.
guess is he heard from a lot of people, what are you proud of these guys for? They're losing by 30 points at home. You know what I mean? And then now
that wasn't a very good team last night either. Lebo.
No.
Did you see the clip?
To lose to Kansas or Iowa State at home like
but
that.
Did you
Cincinnati's like right in the middle.
Did you see the clip of Cincinnati shooting a free throw and it missed and nobody really gave an effort to try to rebound it, so he just goes and rebounds his own miss and puts it back?
That's when your team is lost. I mean, and I don't know if you can catch the team back up and get them back at 6 in the morning after you run them down like that. I don't know. This is going to be a rough few weeks here, and I don't know if K-State wants to pay someone $18 million not to work. I don't know. It's not working out. How serious are you about it? Do you have the money to go do that?
No, I don't know about that.
I don't know.
Like, what do you do? Have you ever worn a paper bag on your head at a game? Any sport?
I never have done that, but I appreciate the trolling, and that's been around for a while. I remember the first time I remember seeing that was the Saints back in the day. They used to call them the Aints, and I remember there was probably an NFL Films or something with a bunch of Saints fans with bags on their heads.
Right. You know where I first saw that?
Where?
Back when I used to watch the Gong Show with my dad, and the Unknown Comic would come out.
Oh yes, that was good.
And perform his set with a bag on his head. My dad loved the Unknown Comic. So did I. Jake, you remember the Unknown Comic? Did your father like it? A lot of dads liked him.
Yeah.
Came out hey, Jackie, baby!
Bob was a fan of the Unknown Comic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like little one-liners.
Right,
yeah,
he's great.
Good.
I wish did he die? I'm sorry.
Ooh,
Let's move
who
on.
knows?
Move on from
I
that.
remember seeing the Frank Layden in the NBA bloopers. He'd talk about, they'd show, like, when he coached for the New Orleans Jazz.
Yeah.
Everything bad in New Orleans, apparently.
Okay, now, Todd, I'd like to ask you, as Jordan Schultz reported last night, that the Oklahoma running backs coach, DeMarco Murray, is now going to be the running backs coach for the Kansas City Chiefs. And then I see, and don't do what a bunch of Oklahoma fans I see on social media are doing. Oh, he was terrible anyway. Good riddance, glad he's gone. Are you going to do that?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Thank you.
I guess it's a good hire. He's never coached in the NFL, but he's played in the NFL. He's coached at Oklahoma for the past, I guess, since 2020. He was there when Lincoln Riley was there, and he was one of the couple guys I think who stayed through.
Give me some running backs he's developed, Todd.
Great. And listen, Sooner fans are big babies a lot of times.
Wow.
They did not really develop at running back last year. They spent a lot of money on a kid from California who turned out to be not much, Jaden Ott. But I'm not blaming that on DeMarco Murray. I'm blaming the coach for something like that. DeMarco led the NFL in rushing once. He's played in the NFL. He knows the position. And, I think we're seeing more of this now where guys want to get back in the NFL to coach because the college game's a little bit weird anymore with the way you recruit and probably some of the personalities you deal with. I don't know. But I don't know his path with Eric Bieniemy. I'm assuming they know each other. From somewhere, I don't think they crossed paths that I really know of, but they could have. They could have somewhere. I didn't study it all the way back through, but I'm guessing he's going to coach the way EB wants him to coach.
So, what running backs did DeMarco Murray coach that you like at Oklahoma? Did he get his hands on Ramondre Stevenson at all?
No, Ramondre Stevenson was before. He might have been there.
I think for a year.
So there's one, right? And then they just haven't had a very good, they haven't had a lot of good running backs recently. They haven't had a lot of good skill position players recently. That's kind of the reason they weren't very good. But they're getting better at that spot.
He was.
I like DeMarco Murray. He's one of my favorites.
Okay, good.
When my son was a little kid, and I got a number 7 jersey for him. And the reason I got it was because they had a quarterback named Rhett Bomar, and he was going to be the next thing. And then, of course, he got in trouble for working at a car dealership and not actually working.
Right.
But they gave that number to DeMarco Murray, and then we got 4 years of DeMarco Murray being great. So I love DeMarco Murray. And I think they would have won the 2008 national championship had he not gotten hurt on the opening kickoff. They did squeak by Missouri in that game at Arrowhead, but he got hurt on the opening kickoff in that Big 12 title game. And then he could not play against Florida, and I think they could have won that game if they'd have had him. So I love DeMarco Murray. We won't talk bad about DeMarco Murray to me.
Okay, good. So there you go. And any final thoughts on Mizzou's exciting road victory?
I told you not to worry about it. You're sitting there texting us.
Right.
They're shooting 65%.
Well, they were. I mean, it was ridiculous.
They're not going to shoot 65% from 3 in the second half. What, they shoot 40% for the game? They make 3 or 4 threes in the second half? Don't worry about Missouri. We told you all along. You winning it ain't
right.
easy.
We had to walk him down a little bit. We had him, though. That's what friends do.
We try to help him.
But that was insane, though. I mean,
it was crazy. What a great play. And then
nine different players.
A&M called a timeout, and that's what they drew up.
Well, they shouldn't have been able to call a timeout.
I want to know how they called the timeout without possession of the basketball.
Ball's bouncing around. Timeout.
Don't worry about it. They let him do it.
Hey,
it's like something we do in
and
CYO ball.
And the point I made, we talk about transfer. By the way, how about Zach Clements, former Kansas Jayhawk, went wild,
going nuts,
was pissing me off last night.
20 points.
Yeah.
But we talk about transfer portal. The two biggest stars of the game for Mizzou, 2 high school recruits that Dennis Gates developed. So that was nice.
Good.
That was nice to see.
Beautiful to see.
All right, go enjoy your morning. Thank you so much for calling into the show, Todd.
Hey, that was perfect. My Jerome Tang was playing when my dad got in the car.
Well, tell Gary we said hello.
Now we're going to have breakfast at Neighborhood Cafe.
What are you going to have?
I'm going to have a full breakfast.
Right.
Yeah, buddy.
I think so. What are you getting, Dad? An omelet? Maybe?
What meat?
We don't know.
What breakfast meat will you enjoy?
Well, they have a good turkey sausage, which is better for you.
All right.
So I may get turkey sausage.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's better than that
Sounds
swine.
good to me. You want to bring me some eggs? I'll take them. I'll eat them. All right.
No, we're very busy with
Thanks
that.
a lot, buddy.
Eggs in a Ziploc bag, please.
Appreciate you.
Hey, listen, I got some questions off the air for Dieter and Sherm.
About what?
Okay.
I don't know. We'll talk about it when I get there.
Text me.
Here.
All right.
Yeah, now we're curious.
Thank you, Todd.
Later.
That's Todd Lebo getting ready to go have some turkey sausage with his father. That's a wonderful Thursday morning.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after this on WHB. All right, Jake, we'll get to college basketball. We'll get back to college basketball with Mike DeCourcy coming up. Your choice. We've already talked college basketball and NFL. You want to throw some Royals in here before we go to Mike DeCourcy? Or do you want to get Mel Kiper and Matt Miller discussing whether or not the Chiefs should draft Jeremiah
I don't
Love?
have anything to do with that conversation.
Well,
So
but someone's on your side.
Well, yeah, I saw some of that.
I'm asking
Because you atted me on Twitter.
Who did?
You posted that,
Oh,
and then
did I?
And then Jake Goody. That's all it was. It's like,
I'm trying to keep you informed.
yeah, well, you are.
You might miss
I saw
something.
that
I don't
because
know.
of you.
How do I know?
But yeah, let's slip in some Royals here.
Look, Q?
Yeah, and Sam Mellinger's listening this morning.
Is he?
Well, I don't know. He sent me a text that I'll show you in the break.
Wait, in what regard? In what regard are you listening, Sam?
Sam, he said, "I hope you're well," and he just sent me a tweet story.
What?
I don't know if I'll show you.
Was it off the air?
Yeah,
You got a lot off the air.
Yeah.
Lebo's gonna send me something off the air. You're gonna. That's fine.
Well, I mean, Sam, I think he's either listening or just saying hello. But
in what regard? I would have to ask, what regard were they not successful?
On the field?
That's right.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
That's exact.
That's right.
On the court?
That's right. No, but let's hear
Matt Cuchero.
Yeah, yesterday pitchers and catchers reported.
Okay, Matt Cuchero here in this first clip says it's basically all systems go for his pitching staff as camp opens.
Well, pitching wins, and that's, we feel really good about the depth and the quality of our starters. And so for them to be healthy, those are guys we're going to rely on heavily, and to not have to be concerned with where they are and slowing their build up and all those kinds of things. We want them to be as normal as possible.
Just to be clear, everyone is expected to start their build up and everything and healthy, all that.
Yeah, the only pitcher that won't be active right now is Chaz Martinez, has some elbow soreness, so he'll be about a week before he throws.
All right. Now, let's hear about Chris Bubich, because this is, I think, a very important storyline, because either if he's healthy, he can either help the team by pitching for the team, or if he's healthy, at some point, whether it's now or who knows, maybe before the trade deadline, he could also be a good trade chip. Either way, we want him healthy. And, Jake, Chris Bubich won his arbitration hearing against the Royals. Bubich will earn $6.15 million. The club has filed at $5.15 million. Here is Cuchero talking about Chris Bubich and his health after he was shut down with a rotator cuff injury last year.
Really disappointing to go literally from the All-Star game to one more outing and then that's it. And so for him, I know that was not fun. And he's such, you guys have been around him. He's such a great guy. He's so thoughtful, such a good team person that just to have him out there every day, and obviously because he's so good, that helps us win games. And you don't ever want to see guys have to go through those kinds of injuries and setbacks. So to get him back out there again is really a positive.
All right, so it looks like he's ready to roll. And finally, Noah Cameron, Matt Cuchero says he won't be sneaking up on anyone this season.
Oh, I mean, he had a great rookie season. I think now it's the cat and mouse. It's back and forth. People have seen him now. People understand what he does, and he's going to have to continue to adapt. I mean, it's no different than anyone else. You want to help their stuff get better, their locations get better. He's not giving things away, not making sure that he's protecting all the tips and all those kinds of things that all the pitchers try to work on. But more than anything, it's just being consistent and letting his stuff play in the zone.
All right, there was the Royals manager, Matt Cuchero, talking about some of his pitchers. Baseball is here. We'll take a break. When we come back, Mike DeCourcy will be here talking college basketball on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Day with SSJ is brought to you by Walker Medical Linen Service. Locally owned, HLAC certified, and trusted by Kansas City